everyone. Welcome to Franklin County Connections. We're so glad that you're here today, and we're in a very historical spot in Franklin County out here close to the Forks of Elkhorn off 460, and we have a special guest. I've heard him speak several times, and we're so excited about his enthusiasm, his excitement for Franklin County and historic preservation. We have the president of the Franklin County Trust for Historical Preservation, John Carlton. John, welcome. It's so exciting that you're here in this special spot, and we'll talk more about that in just a moment. John, tell us a little bit about yourself and the importance of historical preservation.
Well, thank you, Judge. As you said, I'm John Carlton. I'm the president of the Franklin County Trust for Historic Preservation, and we are a nonprofit that advocates for preservation policies in the city and the county. And we've been around since 1974. We have saved the Glenn Willis House. We recently saved Mason's Grocery and the First Corinthian Missionary Baptist Church parsonage in downtown. We have contributed to projects such as the War Mothers Memorial Bridge, the Old State Capitol Fountain, and some other projects around town. So we've been around for a long time, and we really try to advocate for preservation policies in both the city and the county. So with that said, as you said, we're here in a very historic spot, and behind me is the old bridge that used to cross a stream here, the original road for the Georgetown-Frankfort Turnpike. We're on the Benoni-Macklin State Fish Hatchery property, and this is still standing. Right now it's a little covered with brush, but it's a historic piece of Frankfort's history, because this was the original road. So now this is the Forks of Elkhorn is actually one of the oldest townships in Franklin County. People were settling here in the 1780s. Of course, William Hickman with the Traveling Church, of course, Elijah Craig, Lewis Craig, they came here and settled in the 1780s. William Hickman started the Forks of Elkhorn Baptist Church, and then you also had the Catholics from Maryland who settled here and started St. Francis Catholic Church in, I believe, 1794, and that parish then came downtown and began the Good Shepherd Catholic Church. So this is a very, very historic area, one of the oldest and most dense settlements of Franklin County. Up the road here was Luckett's Tavern, where the Benoni-Macklin House is, and that was the beginning of the first Franklin County agricultural fairs that started in the 1830s. So, we are surrounded by history. The Benoni-Macklin, he was the son of A.W. Macklin, and A.W. Macklin was involved in hemp producing and rope producing, and was one of the biggest slave owners in Frankfort. So we have over here some of the stone walls that were built by A.W. Macklin's slaves. And of course, these kinds of stone walls can be seen all over Franklin County. The ones out in Peaks Mill were built by penitentiary inmates. So, lots of history in Franklin County.
And I think that's your point. You want, as we talk today, and this is a great opportunity to talk about the history and how we should preserve the history. We're fortunate to still see some remnants of it, but not the way you would really like it. But
right.
So let's talk a little bit about the importance of preserving history, its heritage, especially for Franklin County, because like myself, I grew up here, your family grew up here,
right.
and we all have roots here and ties here, so it's hugely important that we don't forget our past.
Absolutely. One of the things that historic preservation does is it gives community a sense of time and place. So we all live in the modern world, but understanding what you drive by every day and see these walls, but not understanding the story behind those walls, when they were built, who built them, This bridge, you may have seen this bridge a million times as you drove past it, especially in the winter when it's very, very obvious. But not knowing the history behind that bridge, the Benoni Macklin fish hatchery was only the fish hatchery from 1917 to 1922, and it was too small for the state. So they bought property in Glasgow which doubled the capacity of their fish hatchery. So, just being able to understand your place in time and the history of your community and the heritage of your culture, it really provides a certain perspective that you don't get if you don't question these things and understand the history behind them. So.
Yeah, that's well said. John, we're coming up, talking about history, we're coming up on a very special weekend, Memorial Day weekend. And we know, you and I know, and the people in this community know how important the Frankfort Cemetery is when it comes to history and preserving history.
Yes.
And so let's talk a little bit about some significance that you can recall that you want to say about the Frankfort Cemetery and its role in our history.
Sure. So the Frankfort Cemetery was founded in 1844 by the Kentucky legislature, and it was believed to be, it's said to be the second incorporated cemetery in the United States, but it's probably one of the earliest, but not the second. The importance of the Frankfort Cemetery is that it houses, houses all the dignitaries, several governors, many U.S. senators, many state legislators, Philip Swigert, of course, the first mayor of Frankfort, lots of county magistrates over the years and judge executives. And so it really is the place for all the luminaries that founded Frankfort. So it is very important to Frankfort's history.
Oh, so much so. And Memorial Day weekend, we would be remiss if we didn't mention the veterans that have given their lives for our country. The many of them that are buried in our Frankfort Cemetery,
Mound.
And state, yes,
right.
Exactly. And the memorials there that honor our all of our veterans. So,
right.
So we'll keep those in mind over this weekend, Memorial Day weekend.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you talking about that. So if someone is interested, and say they live out here in the county and they have something they think might be historical, they want to know more information, what's the next step that somebody needs to do to find that information out?
Well, so there are various ways to do historic research. Of course, there's the Capital City Museum. There is the Kentucky Historical Society. There's, of course, the deed rooms, which is extremely important. But, there's lots of resources. The Kentucky Heritage Council, if you're interested in possibly putting your property on the National Register of Historic Places, which comes with tax incentives. And as we found out last year with the Blanton Crutcher House, the register does not protect houses. A lot of people think that because it's on the National Register, it's protected, but it's not. It is really an honorary designation. But it's important to document those houses and those structures. So we do encourage, getting on the National Register, whether it be a district such as an old township or a house or, qualifying cultural resources. These slave walls might be, could possibly be eligible in some respect, depending upon the association with the Macklin property here. So, there's lots of ways to reach out. You can reach out to us and we can put you in contact with the City Museum or the Historical Society or the Heritage Council. Lisa Thompson, I believe, does the National Register nominations with the Heritage Council. So.
Yeah, wow, great information. Is there an email that someone could use to get a hold of you or to find out some of this information?
Yes, the Franklin County Trust has a website, www.fcthp.org, and our email is preservation@fcthp.org. So you can contact us through there. You can learn more about us on our website. Of course, we're a nonprofit, so you can become a member for $35 per person or $60 per couple. And we take donations on our website as well. So yeah, reach out to us, and we will be glad to put you in contact with the right people. So.
Yeah. Well, this is a start. You're one of the right people to talk to, and we're so honored to have you today. And really, we're so honored that you have taken this non-paying job as a volunteer to do what you can to preserve our history in our community. And I want to thank you so much. I grew up with your mom and dad, and I know how proud your dad would be of you,
right,
and was of you, and I know how proud your mom is of you.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, and so we are all proud of you. We appreciate what you're doing. So you have gotten the information. If you have some ideas, some questions about your property in the county or in the city, look at that website. Get in contact and find out what you can do to help preserve your property. I want to thank everybody for watching, and our special guest John Carlton for being here today and talking about our history in our community and how we preserve our heritage. And so we hope everyone has a great Memorial Day weekend, and I'm going to leave you with this thought. Remember all of those men and women that gave their lives for us to have a free country. So God bless our veterans, and thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.